LiveWorld Curator with moderation and insight merges multiple Twitter feeds into a stylish, easy-to-use widget for up-to-the-second immediacy with the peace of mind of knowing that its content reflects your brand values, thanks to the tech-powered human touch of LiveWorld moderators, who curate its content for quality and focus while collecting valuable insights from the social web. The widget and its content will be familiar to your visitors, inviting engagement. If they know how to use Twitter, they'll feel right at home. In time, we'll add Facebook, YouTube, Flickr, and other services, and you'll be able to combine feeds from all of those social services into each widget. You can use the widget in its attractive native skin, style it to stand out as featured content, or blend it into an existing design. Now, let's imagine that the White House wants to use the Curator service. It is, after all, a globally recognized brand with a keen interest in protecting its reputation, and it's already active in social media. A brand new widget has no matching tweets until I add some feeds. I'll start with a search for the phrase White House. Believe it or not, I can save and use this widget right now because that's all it takes to create the simplest widget, a name and a single feed. But let's do more. In addition to search capabilities far beyond the scope of this demo, we support these key Twitter APIs: users and friends timelines, mentions of the user, and retweets by the user of others' tweets, to the user from the user's friends, and of the user's tweets. Let's see how some of those work. Twitter users mention or address other users with @tags like this, so I can add a search for @WhiteHouse to the existing phrase search. Or I can use a dedicated mentions timeline feed like this. People also use unofficial hashtags to create a topic to group tweets. There's no API for hashtags, so I'll use search for that. And here's the result. Tweets containing the phrase White House, mentioning the user @WhiteHouse, or on the topic defined by the hashtag White House. So far, I've only been showing 5 tweets at a time in the widget. I can bump that up to 10, 15, or more if I've got the screen space for it on my web page. And I can also adjust how often the server pings Twitter for new updates, or how often the widget phones home for new tweets from the server. Well, now it's time to host the widget somewhere useful, like on a web page. These 2 lines of HTML from the Widget Manager are all it takes to load the widget in its native style. And here's that White House Twitter widget in the native style embedded in a copy of the whitehouse.gov homepage. And here's how it looks styled to match the White House web design. Throughout this demo, I've been showing the ways that you can build or use an HTML version of the widget. There's also a set of APIs that let you present curated social web content as a mobile device app, a Flash or Java object, even as a standalone desktop application or widget. No brand wants obscenity, threats, spam, or other harmful content on their site. Thankfully, we've got a couple of ways to quell such issues. For example, I can block an infamous abuser of the White House @tag by adjusting the search. A lot of unwanted content can be eliminated just by careful search construction. But sometimes technology isn't enough. It takes a human touch to curate content to achieve your brand's desired community tone. And what's more, some brands, like pharmaceuticals or financial services, have legal restrictions on what they can allow in their social spaces, which calls for human intelligence. For that level of content care, tweets don't go live on the widget immediately. They are queued up for moderator approval. Working around the clock and around the world, they pre-screen the content, curating it to meet your brand's goals and guidelines, only approving those messages that reflect them. For other brands, tweets can go live immediately. Then, moderators review them to weed out off-topic or offensive posts, or to achieve your brand's desired tone. Of course, moderation's not about deleting critical posts. Constructive critics can be great allies, and giving them a voice attests to your authenticity. As they screen tweets, moderators record insight tags, such as these for a winery, that can be analyzed to understand what's important to the people engaged in conversation with you and about your brand. Collected insights can be exported so that you can analyze them any way you like. See the LiveWorld moderation tool Insight Tagging Screencast for more about collecting and analyzing insights. LiveWorld. Your brand lives in the voice of your customer.